everyone, it's been a while since I've done a video. I have done a couple that I've not published or formatted yet properly because, well, I'm just not been in the right place to do it. I have all these ideas of things I want to do, and when I want to do them, they never usually go to plan. Anyway, so I wanted to do a video today. This is probably going to come out before the other two that I've done and before anything else, because I'll probably edit this and get it out tonight, because I want to talk about something that's happened over this past year that's been with me. About a few things that obviously have happened. I know I said I'll try and cut down on the ones where I'm driving, but once again, like I said, I've just not been in the right place. I've had a really hectic time. I bought myself a new DSLR, but I've not managed to use it for video recording yet. I'm still getting my head around it. Use it for taking pictures and stuff, but I still not got my head around, obviously, using it for anything else. Just playing with the formats, etc. But yeah, I'm digressing to it. So yeah, as I was saying, I've come obviously to talk about a few things today that's gone on. Now, as most of you probably know, if you've seen my other videos, if you haven't, then maybe go back and have a look. But my diagnosis up until recently was PTSD, severe anxiety and severe depression. Complex post-traumatic stress disorder isn't really acknowledged in this country much at the moment, and it's really hard to get treatment. Recently, my diagnosis has been upgraded to include emotional something or other personality disorder. I forget what it's called. It's basically what the old borderline personality disorder was. That has been changed to emotional, yeah, basically saying that emotions are screwed, which is true. I have no emotions. I've discussed this in the past, where you could tell me I'm a multi-millionaire, or you could tell me that the person closest to me has just died, and I'll give you the same response. Alright, because I don't know how to show emotions, or I don't know how to reflect them. To me, every emotion is just anger and aggression and frustration. So yeah, so the reason why I've been put on this diagnosis is so I can get help. Now, once again, as you all know, it's been going on for now for 5 years since my demise, breakdown / everything went wrong with me. 4 or 5 years is coming on now, and it's just one of those never-ending stories. I've been referred finally for some help. I've been having some counselling recently, but that's only so many sessions because there's not much they can do for me. The problem is I keep slipping through the net of whether it's primary care or secondary care that can help me. Secondary care like to fob me off to primary care. Primary care tell me there's not much they can do to me until secondary care help. So that's been the fight. The most latest has been the most latest psychological care that I've had, well, counselling that I've had, has been to try and help with my emotions a bit, but they can only do so much because I need long-term treatment, as we all know. I could sit there and tell them what treatment I think I need, but I'm not the qualified one yet, and we'll go into that in a bit, because that's, yeah. But anyway, so I've been referred for that. I've finally been referred for some help. My last counselling session was on Tuesday morning, and then I'm back on my Todd then until I get some more help. I've been referred back to secondary care for some help in regards to long-term treatment. When my counsellor wrote to the psychologist to tell her that she believed that I needed this help, the psychologist had to ring me. Now, we all know I don't like mobile phones, I don't like phone calls, etc. But my psychologist appointments have all been on the phone, and they are really, really draining. What people might take for granted in regards to a 5-minute phone call, to me that's basically half my day gone. And I can understand why so many people struggle to understand this, but unfortunately my condition is the way I am. I could go into many reasons to explain why, but that I won't do on this one because I've explained it before. So yeah, so anyway, so my psychologist, when she rang me about this, obviously change of diagnosis, well, addition of diagnosis and referral for help, was very dismissive. Kind of felt like she was trying to put me off, and she was quite aggressive when she was talking to me. She was trying to, she sat there telling me that there's a long waiting list of over a year. That's if they can help me in the end of it or not. Don't know whether they can. Is it what I need, what I want? So, but yeah, she was quite, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Red light camera reported ahead. Might as well smile for the camera.
Mind the sat nav. You got a little bit of Boy George, eh? New voice on Waze, Boy George. He's got an obsession with tea. But anyway, yeah, getting distracted. So, yeah, but at the end of it, she did the referral. So hopefully that might come across next. Whether it pans out or not, I don't know. I mean, we all know mental health in the UK is a really tough thing, and it's not as simple as getting your insurance to pay for counselling like it is in other countries, or it's not as it is in, well, obviously the northern American states and stuff where things are accessible. Unfortunately in this country it's not that accessible. Anyone can qualify as a counsellor, so you never know if you're getting the right care, etc. Anyone can qualify as a counsellor because there's no restrictions, blah blah blah. Pretty sure you probably know about it if you look into it. But yeah, I'm digressing again. I do this a lot, I know I do. I'm pretty sure probably most people fed up of watching me drive and talk for half an hour, 45 minutes, but this is my event, this is my way of getting across what's in my head. So I do apologise if it doesn't hit your fancy, but I just hope that I do help some people by letting them know they're not alone. Like I often say, these things do happen, these things are present. I struggle with this all the time. There is no car in front of me, so why my car just told me there was, I don't know. Emergency features, and they're panicking. Anyway, my car tells me when there's a car in front and automatically brakes. Because I was passing parked cars, it panicked thinking I was going to crash into one of them. Clearly it didn't see the lines that was next to it, but anyway. Yeah. So, where was I? Okay, distracted by my car now. Yeah, so like I said, that's why I talk. Obviously, I've talked about this plenty of times in other videos, but this is my vent, this is my way of getting things out of my head, but it's also a way of me sharing my problems with others so they know all problems, happiness, sadness, everything, craziness, batshit nuts, you name it, just so people know they're not alone, and obviously these events can happen. So yeah, so that referral's been put through, hopefully that will pan out and maybe I can get some more help. The fact that I needed to be re-diagnosed, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can think of a large collection of letters that could fit my condition and symptoms. I could also think back to when I was younger and how I could have been diagnosed with a lot of stuff back then as well, because I've always had problems. But this brings on the big nature-nurture debate that can go on forever if I got into it. So yes, we all, if you want to know about that, look at some of my past videos because that's all in there as well. So yes, let's bring on to the second thing. COVID. We all know COVID's been about now for about a year and a half. Well, over a year and a half. Country went on lockdown March last year. As the country went on lockdown, so did my university. And the end of my last year was a really tough. Now I'm studying because I'm actually passing my university now. So if anyone knows the area, they'll know I'm outside UCLan in Preston. That's the university I go to. I've just dropped my daughter off in St Anne's. I always come past this way because I like the drive. I like to drive, but hey. But I like the drive and I love watching the progress of the new structure, of the new building. I've moved my camera around, but let's see if I can while I'm stationary. There you go, so the new structure there. I think I just broke that, that's not good. So yeah. So, if I broke that, oh well. So, the new structure they just built, these student services. I just love watching the progress of that and how it's come along. And it'll be interesting to see it when it's finished. I might even do a little video if I can, if I'm allowed to. When I go and enjoy it, go and have a look around. But anyway, I'm digressing once again. I do this. So today's date is, I keep losing track, it's either the 11th or the 12th, but people will know it better as the England Euros final day. England play tonight against Italy for the European finals, for those of you who have been living under a rock, or not UK based, or sorry, not England based. So mostly people are excited about the game tonight, and obviously the phrase is coming home, and yeah, my football sporting days are long gone. I had sessions where I supported football just purely for the fight. I had it just purely for the enjoyment of the game. I've been through all that. I've done my self-medicating to go and do things like that. I'm not a drinker much anymore. Very rarely drink. I'm not a shouty person anymore. I only get angry. Well, I try not to get angry, should I say. So yeah, so anyway, I'm kind of going on a bit again. I was talking about the university. So the university shut down at the end of last year, the lockdown, everything's going on. My condition automatically makes me over catastrophize. I was panicking the world's going to end. I was panicking that my life's going to end. Everyone's going to get ill, blah blah blah, you name it, blah blah, done. Unfortunately, that's still stuff that goes through my head. I still over catastrophize. I've still had no help with that. I've got that many problems that it's probably hard for them to pinpoint certain things to look at. So yeah, that being said, I am fully aware of how hard it is for my mental health team, but if I held my hands up a little bit, if I was to admit a little bit sorry, they're partially their own buildings because of the lack of help and treatment in the first place, but I'm no easy person to deal with. I'm fully aware of that, and I'm also very submissive to my own conditions. I let them get the better of me and I hide my head away. Anyone asks, I'll say I'm fine, and I try and grin and bear it and do it. And that's one of my biggest flaws. Now, I say this because I go to university. I mean, I'm just finishing, well, I'm not finishing, I'm coming to the end of my second year, but I will talk about that in a bit when we get to it, because I'm going to have to change my battery soon as well, so I'll pull over before I hit the motorway. I'll talk about obviously where I started. So I had my breakdown gets heavily medicated, gets put on leave from work, told I can't go back. I know I can't go back. I still can't return back to the office now. I know this, and I know there's probably no chance of me ever returning to the office again when it comes to that job. I've kind of come to live with that at the moment, because it is what it is. But as I was saying, I'm off work, I'm staring at walls, I'm going crazy, my mental health's getting the better of me. I'm newly heavily medicated on medication that could tranquilize a gorilla. Yeah, it's having minimal effect on me. Random. I'm struggling with everything, to understand my condition, to acknowledge what's going on. And yeah, I'm getting frustrated. I wanted to learn about my condition. I wasn't getting any help other than just to check that I wasn't majorly harming myself, which is understandable because I was. I mean, come on, I smashed sugar bowls over my head. I was slicing myself, stabbing myself. Still do it now, but not major like that. I just hit myself, and I do it all in the comfort of away from everyone else. But hey, we'll not talk about that one. So yeah, so I was doing a lot of stuff during my big breakdown. I was getting really bad, and I was just left. And it's been like that. I've not had much help since, barring these little counselling sessions. And every now and again I go and see a psychologist who fobs me off. So yeah, so I was staring at the walls, getting fed up. I wanted to learn about my condition, to try and treat myself, because I tried to return back to work and that didn't work. I ended up making myself a lot worse. I say I made myself a lot worse. I told them I wasn't ready. I got bullied and forced onto the phones, which resulted in me hitting another breakdown. So that's the one of the main reasons why I know I can never return back to that office. The way I was bullied and forced to do something that I was not mentally able to do had a big impact on me and my mental health overall. So yeah, but anyway, I'm digressing again. So I wanted to learn about my condition. I've spoke about this before in the past, about the way I went to Greater Manchester Mental Health Recovery Academy first. I started learning about all their courses. They have a lot of one-day courses and maybe other ones as well, where it's available for service users, people who live in the Greater Manchester area, and health practitioners, etc. And they cover everything from personality disorder understanding, knowledge frameworks, all the way up to mental health explanations, lived with classes, so people who live with the condition talking about it and running the classes together, all sorts like that, which is brilliant. I mean, I loved every minute of them. Then I got through them and I wanted to learn more. So at the same time, I was trying to keep myself busy. I went to the local council and I did some volunteering with the local council, with their local health and social care team, which was in the community. So that got me out of the house a bit. It got me doing what I wanted to do and understanding. My seatbelt was just tensioned up really tight. I have no idea why. Anyway, I'm talking now. Yeah, so I had that one, and then I also put myself through my maths and English again, because I I knew there was no future in the insurance industry where I was working, and I'm looking for something different. I know I need to get my basic maths and English all covered up. There is a reason why. As a child I did struggle. I have explained it all. I'm not going to talk about it again to bore you. So yeah, so we'll leave that one. So I approached the local college and I did my maths and English basic level 2s and then maths GCSE. At the same time when I was doing my level 2s, they were pushing for pre-university courses. So I joined one, Humanities and Social Science, because I thought that'll be fantastic. I'll get to know things, I'll be able to understand and learn, and it'll let me know a bit more about mental health and put me in a position to how I can help others. It'll help me to understand conditions, etc. Brilliant. And I did that. It was tough, I won't lie. I did struggle a lot with it, both mentally and physically, but I came out quite high and I graduated from that, which was brilliant. Because I come out with 120 some points, I also qualified for university. So I applied to the universities like you do, got accepted for my 5 choices, and I selected UCLan because they have a... So I'm going to pull over and change my battery. Yeah, I selected UCLan because they have a child observation suite, and I thought at the time my mindset was that's the best thing that I need because I want to learn about all of it. Happy days. I applied, I got in, I went. So let me just pull up here. I'm going to change my battery and then I shall start talking about my experience from there. Where was I? I just had to repair my GoPro mount because screws have come loose. That's what happens when you buy cheap ones. So I'll have to buy a new one. Get a decent proper GoPro one rather than the cheap Chinese ones because they're naff. But anyway, I digress again. So as I was saying, so obviously is not the right word. Never use obviously because it's not obvious to anyone. But yeah, so where was I? So I started university, started second year. Started first year because I'd done the course at the college, the access course. I started first year, didn't have to do a foundation, which was good. First year was going swimming well. I was doing great. I was getting the help, and well, I'd managed to discuss in regards to where I was with mental health and stuff, and I was getting help for that. I was also getting the support for that, I should say. I was also getting, I don't know why the van's revving his engine behind me. We're all stuck in the lights. But yeah, where was I? So I was getting the support for that. I was doing well in my lectures. I was attending them all, barring a couple where I was really ill. I was doing well with my essays, getting them done and dusted, getting my results back. My first year results, first semester were fantastic. Sorry, first semester were good, the second semester not so good. I don't know why I said fantastic. Because the first semester, first half of the year of my first year, we were in uni every week, going to the lectures, blah blah blah. I was able to study in the university library. I was able to concentrate. I was able to use the library's silent rooms, which were fantastic. And then COVID came along and the university shuts the doors and takes to online learning. I fully appreciate that it's not just me that struggled with this, that I'm probably one of many. my mental health took a big dive. Any work that I'd done to get as far as I had done just went boom, gone. And I was back like 2 years prior. So it hit me hard. I managed to get the extension for the work that I was doing, and I got it all submitted, and I finished out with a 2-1. Happy days. That's what I needed. That's what I wanted. Coming to September to start the second year, it was promoted within the university that we would have structured, I forgot what the way they called it, but basically split learning, some on university campus, some at home. Not a problem, I think, because I can get to the university campus, I can do work at the campus, I can get into the library and still carry on. I'll be able to get through the second year. I'd probably get through with a 2-1 again. Happy days. No, not a chance was I doing that, because blended learning, that's what they call it, blended learning. Because the blended learning they promoted was a load of poppycocks. I won't swear, so that's probably the best one I'm going to get out with. It was a load of bollocks. But anyway, because blended learning included 1 hour on campus every month, the rest of it at home. 1 hour. And exactly the same thing was online. So the requirement to go in for the 1 hour, you weren't benefiting from it because you're all sat, big spaces between you, one in each section, there's about 20 of us in the room, and then having to do the work and comment online. Yeah. So basically, I was just doing what I was doing at home, but in a lecture theatre with 15 other people, 20 other people. I think max account it was 18 people, something stupid like that. But anyway, so that wasn't blended learning. There was no proper on-campus learning, and it had been all the way through, all the way till today. So anyway, by the end of November, I managed to get some of my projects in, but my mental health was dipping. It was dipping bad, and I was on a bad pathway, and I mean really bad, to a point where I was going back to how it was years ago. I was struggling daily. I was struggling to even get out of bed. I was struggling to focus on anything. My medication was doing nothing, which ended up getting increased. Yeah, I was hitting a low. And see, I can't say out at home. I can't say, oh, well, I'm really bad at my depression, stuff like that. Many reasons why, but I can't do it. Because, well, I won't even go into why. But yeah, I can't just turn around and say, yeah, I'm really low, really bad. I do, don't get me wrong, I do say, look, I'm having a bad day. But I won't say how extreme I get to, because, well, I'm not, I keep saying because, I'm not going to give an answer, but it happens. But I got really bad, I did. Towards the end of November, like I say, I had a paper due on the 10th of December, and I submitted for what they changed, the circumstances, what they changed the mitigating circumstances. I submitted an application for that, explained my position, explained how my medication had been increased, and it got outright denied without any explanation. And my imposter syndrome, which I've felt like for the past 3 years, well, since I started my since I started university, it's been worse. When I started the college, it wasn't that bad, but it was there. But anyway, I was getting really bad. I felt like I didn't belong, but I also felt like I was going to fail and I just weren't no good. I just knew I just convinced myself that I wasn't going to get anywhere in life, that I was going to die young, that I'm wasting my time, I'm going to end up taking my own life before we even finish university, blah blah. But you know how it goes. I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell people how it goes. If you've experienced it, you know what I mean. It hit me really bad, and that's just purely because it got declined for no reason. And I went into full meltdown, and nothing got done. Oh yeah, I proper plummeted. So I got myself through the Christmas period, dragged myself through it. Now I've talked about this in the past, but Christmas is the worst time of year for me, because them schemes are set in place of hatred towards the experience, towards the holidays, etc. And it's really hard for me to shake out of them no matter what I do. I always feel like I'm useless, worthless. I always feel like I've never done enough for my children. I always feel like I don't do enough for everyone else. I overcompensate, I do all the bells and whistles, food, that, you name it, I do it. I always try to make it more jolly and jovial. But I just really struggled this last year, and I have no interest in existing, let alone having Christmas. So it was really bad. Despite that, and despite my struggles, I dragged myself through in January and managed to get some of my papers done. I also managed to attend my lectures, most of them anyway, because they're all online, and I managed to attend them in real time and monitor them and watch them as you do, and then I was rewatching them and rewatching them. This is all the time during which all my children are at home doing home learning. I'm being told to drive here, there and everywhere, because I'm the only person in the house that drives. I'm having to do this, that and the other, maintain a normal household life with all this going on. My mental health is at a low point. Yeah, it was just... So anyway, I got that paper done. I managed to start catching up my papers, but most of my papers were returned late, being submitted late, because I was playing catch up. Did my exams over the Christmas and managed to get them done with no problems, the same as I managed to get my exams done in May with no problem. Well, I'd say no problem. I struggled through them, I prepared for them, but I got them done. But it was the papers I was struggling with. I was reaching out for help and getting ignored. Applying for stuff, getting ignored. The university was ignoring me, and that's how it feels. I appreciate I'm not the only one. I appreciate there's not only me, but there's also staff and everyone else that's going through it. But I was failed. The university just basically let me down hold. So anyway, I submitted the first one that was late. I submitted it on the 29th of January. It was due on the 10th of December. Now, you'd think the university would say to me, or someone from the university would email me saying, right, you missed the deadline on that. We can see you apply for mitigating circumstances that was denied. Here's the reason why. We need you to do a resubmit by April. No. Didn't even say anything. They were seeing me in the lectures. Didn't say a dicky bird. The person who was supposed to mark it was seeing me in the lectures. Didn't say a single thing to me. They didn't, even though I was participating in the lectures, they didn't email me. They didn't send me a private message through Teams or anything like that. I was just left blank. They didn't touch it. The retake came up, but because it gets released to everyone, I didn't know whether I had to do one, and so that's not been done either. So now I've been told I've got to either submit for an explanation, submit an appeal, and I've got to do another one. Now I've done this paper, I've submitted it, and it's all there, but it's not accepted, and now I've got to do another one. On top of that, 3 other of my papers were late, and they were ignored as well. So like, one was scored, and it was scored right, but it's been dismissed. So all of them have been ignored, and I've now got to redo 4 papers, including the presentation. Now, the presentation I submitted on time, but because I couldn't figure out, because we'd had that many emails and stuff coming through about crap, that I didn't know where to send the link to it, so I put it on my paper. Because they couldn't get into that link, because they expect us to do it through certain ways, and I don't know why they couldn't see it. They had it, but anyway, they had it there. They refused to acknowledge it, and I've got to redo that as well. So I've got to do 4 papers, including the presentation, all of which have been done and submitted, albeit a bit late. I've got to redo, but not allowed to redo them. I've got to do new ones of different things now. So it's not stressful enough that I got all that done. I'm really struggling with. But now I've got to redo that if I want to get to 3rd year. It's ridiculous. I mean, this home learning, I mean, I paid £9,250 for this year, plus all the extras. For what? For a home course? It's ridiculous. And then to get ignored and get the way they have, and it infuriates me. The university has let me down, and I bet they've let others down. I bet I'm not the only one. I can guarantee there'll be others that have been let down by this system. I can't just go up to the university and jump in the library because it was on short capacity, so I couldn't exactly look at it and think, right, well, I can go here from this day to this day, because not only did they lower the opening times to times when I was homeschooling with the kids, but they also limited capacity the rest of the time. So I couldn't just disappear and sit in there for a few hours at night and just get it all done. They'd put all these restrictions in place. They'd stopped any learning in campus. They were not monitoring anything in the back office. They had no duty of care, or no care of duty, and yet I'm expected to pay for the year. It's disgusting. It's really frustrating me. It's really annoyed me today. I'm really agitated because of it, and it's knocked me back again. I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't want to do it. I can't cope like this anymore. I thought I was doing well, and then all of a sudden, one hiccup, and that's it. I'm stumbling downhill like a big ass rock. So yeah, so that's my issue at the moment. And to top it off, still not got Ellie's passport sorted. So we've got holiday booked on the 20th. We fly out. I can't take Ellie yet, still, because of all this. And all because stupid government don't know how to lock a border down properly. Because that's what it is. It's not locking down the border properly when they're supposed to. When they realise how bad it is. This Indian variant that's floating around everywhere now. I mean, I've been double vaccinated, but I'm still risking the chance to get, when I get on holiday, I get quarantined because of it. Oh, because of that bumbling idiot didn't lock down the country properly. Oh, yeah. I'm getting too frustrated now, so. On the plus side, I'll be on holiday hopefully on the 20th. I'll be flying out 2 weeks, enjoying it. But I can't enjoy it because I've got to do my fucking papers because of university. So if I don't get them done between now and then I've got to do them on holiday, and that I'm not looking forward to. So yeah. This is what I wanted to get out. I know I'm not the only one that's been failed by the universities. I know the universities have been failed by the government. But at the end of the day, I'm paying the university for this. I appreciate they're not there to be my carers. But they should have a duty of care. They should be maintaining these. They should be making sure that people are aware when things aren't being accepted. Isn't that what they're there for? I don't pay them for the good of my money. basically paid for it. I paid £9,250 this year from an Open University course, which could have cost me £3,000 on Open University. And I'd probably had more support with Open University. They'd probably been more informative. They'd have probably been more caring about people's failings or where they're getting to in life. Because, to be fair, I've been failed by them. So I don't care. I'll happily say it's the University of Central Lancashire. I picked them over other universities. I could have gone to my local one. I could have gone to Salford. I could have gone to Bolton. I could have gone to Manchester. I picked UCLan. And I was failed by them. I don't even know whether what I do the third year now. I've come so far. I know I shouldn't give up. I know I should get these done and cack on and get to where I want to be. And don't get me wrong, I know this virus has crippled a lot of people. I know it has impacted. I know people that have died because of it. I know all this has happened. And you know what? I fully appreciate that it's really extenuating circumstances. But at the end of the day, it's still something that should be acknowledged. This should have surely this should have an expectation for people to progress. Did he get paid to fail people or something? I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. It's all screwed up. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting about that. So on other news, we're going away. Hopefully, like I said, I'll be in Crete. And I'm going to enjoy it because I need it. I need to get out of this country. And to be fair, I don't want to come back. Not a day goes by I don't struggle at the moment. I'm not surprised there's so many people. I mean, every day I'm reading or I'm seeing that people are jumping off bridges, jumping in front of trains. Every day within the local newspaper I've seen someone's been on the bridge. Someone's been on the bridge on the motorway at Southampton, there's someone on the bridge. Unfortunately, I saw a girl who was stood on the bridge and jumped. And it's understandable because the mental health services are out there. For a first world country, there was so many failings, it's unbelievable. For such a rich country, there's so many failings. And it doesn't matter. I mean, people say, oh, it's this government, it's that government. It's not, it's all of them. They're all the same. It doesn't matter whether you vote Green Party in, it doesn't matter whether you vote anyone in. They're all the same. They're not there for the people. They're there for self-preservation. Should all hang their heads in shame. Seriously. So I'm sorry if I've triggered some people. I'm sorry if I've bored you or it's not even. I'm sorry if I've just gone off on one or you think what I'm talking about is too trivial or you know what? You're entitled to your own decision. You're all people and you're all humans at the end of the day. You're entitled to believe and feel how you feel. Be what you want to be. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I hate BMWs. This one behind me is insane. Must have got his license from fucking KFC box. Anyway. Yeah, no. Like I said, my reason for these videos is for me to vent, but it's also to let people know that they're not alone. I do have these struggles, and you know what? I know I'm not going to get rid of them anytime soon. I've got this for life now. I've had it for life. I've got it for life. I know it's all about how I handle it from now on. And to be fair, there's many times I've just wanted to drop all the medication, drop everything, disappear, but I can't. I've got family, I've got commitment, I've got children. My children don't deserve to have a dad who is questionable whether he's going to be alive the next day or not. They need my security, and I do present in front of them the best security I can for them. I do present as being the best I can be. They don't need to know what's in my head. And to be fair, I've got to be strong for them. I know I have. They are what keeps me going. I've got my wife, I've got my kids, and I know the way I am is really tough for them, just purely from my quirks and everything. I mean, even for the parts that I hide, the parts they do see, it's really tough for them. They see how I can't go into shops. I know they do. They see everything. The children see everything. They know everything. The children will tell you what I'm doing before I even know what I'm doing. And I am quite advanced in my planning and stuff. I mean, my children, they're extremely clever. They pick everything up. So I know that. So, nearly home anyway. So, I know I've gone on for the past hour or so. I really apologise. Well, no, I don't apologise. I am really struggling, and it is what it is. I ain't no apologies. I apologise for everything in life. It can be someone else's fault and still apologise in life. Does my hair look good? Stupid junction. Cars come round here at like 50 miles an hour. It's hard to get out. Worsley. For anyone who knows, Worsley junction off the motorway. It's a nightmare. The redone all is still cack. So yeah, so anyway, I said I'm at nearly home, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go see what dramas are going on at home, because there probably is some. Always is. One child says something to one of them and the other, and blah blah blah. So yeah, so if I have helped you, obviously, yeah, if you got this far, thank you, I think. Thank you. Feel free to do what you want, like, subscribe, share. You know what? If you just want to keep it discreet and just don't want people knowing you've seen, that's fine with me too. At the end of the day, that's what these videos are about. But thank you if you have got that far, and yeah, please take care of yourself and don't let them grind you down, because I'm living proof that things can get really bad, really bad. You can hit the rock bottom, you can get no lower, but there's always something to hurt you and come out of it. You might not see it, you might not believe it, you might not know it's there, it might be there in the background and you not realise it is. Somebody might be there watching over you in the background and you not even realise. So don't let it all grind you down. Take every day as it comes. Enjoy what you can, how you can, if you can, and just take some time for yourself. I'm going to be knuckling down on this work. I mean, I know I've said I want to get out of it. To be fair, I don't want to do it. I'm really frustrated. I'm really annoyed about it. I don't want to have to do this work again, because I have done all this work. It's all been submitted. Just because it's late, it's all been submitted. They should accept that. If they mark me down for it, mark me down for it, but fucking accept it. Don't leave. You know you pulling out me it. Don't leave me like this and make me do it all again, even though it's been done. It's disgusting, especially considering what's going on. This should have. I'm going to stop going on about it. I'm going to stop going on about it. Yeah. So thank you and take care of yourselves. Please take care of yourselves. Oh, bless. Okay, this with England flags. it is good to see how many people are coming out for the country, supporting the country. Like I said, I'm not a big football fan anymore. I just watch it in the background, but it's still nice to see. So thank you, yeah, and take care of yourselves. Bye.